Well, we've got a big Fox News alert to bring you right now. The State Department currently weighing in on the Hillary Clinton emails, saying that they did not know that 2 of the emails in question were in fact classified when they were sent and when they were received.
As we release it, we're looking to see if any of that needs to be upgraded. We're not aware, now, with the exception now of these 2 emails that have been flagged, and we're looking at them and working, but we're not aware of any classified material that was sent to her at that time. Okay. But what we're doing and what we have done, frankly, and you know this, is we've redacted stuff after the fact.
And then I just have one
Yeah,
final question, since it deals with the retention element, which you raised, and it had been the position of this building that the...
Again, I think what I would say is we're in discussions with ODNI about their recommendations. They've clearly, and we've seen those and acknowledged the fact that they've taken 2 of the emails and they've said there's no IC equities in these. The other 2 they've said should be classified to, I think, the top secret level. We're now assessing that ourselves internally.
Lisa Booth is a vice president at WPA Opinion Research, and Leslie Marshall is a syndicated radio talk show host and a Fox News contributor. Ladies, good afternoon. Let's talk about that just coming out moments ago. In fact, that press briefing is still ongoing right now. But what he just said there is actually, at least as of this morning, at odds with what the intelligence community's inspector general had said, that those emails in question were in fact classified. So how do we square this? Leslie, why don't you start?
Well, first of all, I think one of the issues that we've had all along with this, or quite frankly anything that is considered classified, is what does it say in the subject? Who sent it to whom? How many paths did it take to get to that individual? And if at the time something was sent to or even by the former Secretary of State and was not listed as such, as classified or top secret, then quite frankly, she would be off the hook, and what we just heard would not be so much at odds as what we've heard prior regarding this server and the email sent.
You know, Lisa, I would have to think this is the last thing that this administration wants to be dealing with. You've got your State Department spokesman who's answering questions about the previous Secretary of State. They'd rather be talking about a whole bunch of other things. What's likely going on in the White House right now?
Well, and Heather, I think you're absolutely right. This is the last thing they want to talk about, and this is the last thing that Hillary Clinton wants to talk about. But this is a self-inflicted wound that she has brought upon herself. She chose to not be honest with the American people. She chose to use a private server to circumvent federal laws, and she also chose to delete half of her emails, and those are the only ones that she has admitted to deleting. And this is what's going to be really problematic for Hillary Clinton, because she is suffering with the trust factor. The majority of Americans don't trust Hillary Clinton, and that's only going to get worse as we see these developments unfold.
Well, and Leslie, let's talk about that. We have a new poll out of the state of New Hampshire, and it has Bernie Sanders 7 points ahead of Hillary Clinton in that state. What's going on there?
Well, a few things here. Some people say this is a big deal, and then again, it isn't. You're looking at an outlier poll. You're looking at a pollster that does not have a real credible track record if you look back historically. And then again, quite frankly, would it surprise me if Senator Sanders gets New Hampshire and even Iowa? No. Problem is, he's not going to get all the other states. Those will go to Hillary. I think most people, even a lot of Bernie Sanders supporters, are concerned that he would get the nomination or that he could win a general election, which is
Leslie,
why we've seen 9% polling for Joe Biden.
He just had 27,000 people show up at a rally in Los Angeles yesterday. I mean, he's speaking to something. Either the Democratic Party has gone really left, or they're just not feeling it for Hillary.
Well,
Lisa?
And Leslie, let's take a look at the polls. Hillary Clinton's numbers have been slipping. Her favorability ratings are at an all-time low, and if she's losing support among key constituencies, independents, African Americans, white women. As I mentioned before, the majority of Americans don't trust her in this country. And if you look at recent polls from Quinnipiac University, which are, trusted polls, she's losing to 3 Republicans in Iowa, Colorado, and Virginia. And so she's actually facing a really uphill battle here. And these new developments are only going to make things worse for her.
All right, so let's talk about some Republicans now. Donald Trump, he fired up that big crowd. Did you see that last night on the campaign trail in Michigan? He talked about everything from trade negotiations with China, his book, The Art of the Deal, and this.
You know what devalue means, right? Devalue means suck the blood out of the United States. That's what devalue means, okay? We have to build a wall. The wall... I said, Rand, I've had you up to here. I've had you. I've had you up. That's my second favorite book of all time. Do you know what my first is? The Bible.
Oh, boy, Leslie, you can't beat that.
Well, where do I start? Okay, first of all, you know when you have those lovely Trump or Trump for President hats or T-shirts, there's a little label that has 3 words that says Made in China. One of the problems that Donald Trump has here is not just the hypocrisy, but the complicity that he has in weighing into this currency manipulation of China. No question, the manipulation of currency by the Chinese hurts American workers. But the manufacturing of goods by corporations like Trump, Donald Trump at the helm, also takes jobs away from Americans and helps to play into that deficit that we have in import-export with China. There's something wrong when you have made in China on those hats and on American retail shelves.
Let me give Lisa the final word. Hey, Lisa, we're still waiting to hear some specific policy prescriptions from him. How long can he hold out?
Well, exactly. And look, Donald Trump has done an incredible job, I'll give him this, of tapping into voter anger. The Americans that are frustrated with President Obama, who we've seen, expand the power of the presidency and really kind of reach beyond the bounds of the presidency. But they're also angry with the Republican Party. They feel like the Republican Party has failed them on issues like immigration. So Donald Trump has tapped into that. But what we have not seen, if you look outside of that voter anger, is any substance from him. He's not laid out how he's going to what is his path for the economy or immigration.
As we wait for a lot of candidates to give all their specifics. Lisa Booth and Leslie Marshall, ladies, thank you so much.
Thank you,
We'll
Heather.
talk again real soon.